Hey guys, Nick Kellar, Greg Brock, Atlas Premier Realty. Have another video blog for you today. Today we just wanted to touch on how you safeguard your investment when you're purchasing or selling your house. And you do that through contingencies that you build into the contract, right?
Correct.
Yep. So the first one is a financing contingency. So that almost goes without saying, but unless you're paying cash, which most people don't have the opportunity to do, you're going to have a financing contingency in place regardless of the type of financing. And really what this states is that if anything happens causing your financing to fall through, that you're protected, specifically your earnest money deposit.
Loss of job,
right.
Change of condition. Also, the property has also got to get through a process where it is a safe property to live in.
Right,
so,
right. It's livable. Right,
correct.
Right. So that's the first one. Second one is an inspection contingency. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, so the inspection contingency can be made up of many different inspections, but the main ones that we're going to touch on are your structural mechanical. That's
regular home inspection, right?
Regular home inspection, roof to foundation, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also have a radon inspection, which checks for colorless, odorless gas, and is one of the leading causes of lung cancer in the United States. Then you also have a termite inspection, and then on some properties, well and septic.
Yeah.
And then you have the full gamut of other inspections that if you do wish to have them, you have mold, you have
pool, chimney.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to note that none of them are mandatory.
Correct.
Just some are more recommended than others, and depending on the property, you may or may not want to do them.
Correct.
The third one, an appraisal contingency. So this is almost built in automatically when you have a financing contingency, but in the event that you are paying cash, you can elect to have an appraisal contingency which protects you in the event that you think you might be overpaying.
Sure. Yeah, and to touch a little bit more on that, I mean, the lender's only going to be willing to pay X amount of dollars for the property, and they want to make sure that there's enough equity in the property when they get the loan. But that being said, it also gives you an opportunity to lean on this appraisal contingency if you get into a multiple offer situation and you feel like you're starting to push the upper echelon of what the property might be worth. That's okay as long as you have that appraisal contingency built into your contract.
It protects the consumer from overpaying on the perceived value as seen by the appraiser.
Absolutely.
Right. The fourth one is a home sale contingency. So we see this a lot. Somebody has a house to sell and they want to purchase another house. So how do they do one without getting stuck without or with two mortgages? So you do that with a home sale contingency. Now, the flip side of that is the seller of the house you're purchasing doesn't always like to see that because it's another hoop for them to jump through to keep them from going where they're going.
And really, it causes the seller to possibly have to go through this home selling process twice. Yeah. Not only do they have to sell their home to you, but now they have to make sure that you're going to sell your home correctly to the next consumer.
Right.
So creates a domino effect, and oftentimes a dice roll a lot of sellers don't want to deal with.
Definitely. But it's sometimes, with a lot of people, it's not even something that you can elect to do. Depending on how you qualify, you might have to sell your house first, so you might need to be in place. So,
absolutely.
But it does cover all parties. So the fifth and final one is it covers sellers in this respect, and it's really just a contingency against for the sellers to find a home of choice.
Correct.
So a lot of times a seller, somebody that wants to sell their house and then find a house, their common concern is I don't want to be homeless, which totally makes sense. And a way to mitigate that is to have this home of choice contingency, which essentially states to any prospective buyer, hey, we're going to sell you the house, but we need a certain amount of time to find a home of choice.
Right. And it's a very defined amount of time, whether it's 30 days to get a home under contract, giving you a little bit to lean on as far as
a little breathing room for the seller.
Exactly.
So hope this helps. If you have any question, as always, you can reach out to any one of us and we'd be happy to help. If you'd like to see a topic covered in a future video, please let us know. We'd be happy to cover it for you. And as always, we appreciate the support and thanks for watching our video blog.
Thanks.